happy Friday, and thanks for tuning into RadioFreeRhinecliff.org and this show in particular. Correct me if I'm Norm. I'm your host, Norm. I'm thrilled to be here tonight with Mickey Haggerty and Suzanne Kelly. Yay! Thanks for coming in. Who live just down the road here in Rhinecliff?
Yeah, Mill Road.
And have you been there long?
Yeah, I bought the house in 2002.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and Mickey actually was my attorney. That's how we met.
Oh, no way.
Yes.
and Mickey was a local attorney. I looked you up online. It said that you did a lot of elder law as well.
Yes, I was a trust and estates attorney, but I did a lot of real estate as well. So they all tie together. It's all part of a family thing. You're going to have different assets for one of which your home and stuff of that nature.
Right.
So Suzanne contacted me.
And
to represent her purchasing a house down on Mill Road in Rhinebeck. I've been living in this area for a long time, but I've been around this area. I was born in Poughkeepsie, but I spent a lot of time in the Rhinebeck area as well.
And
how did you find Mickey, Suzanne?
Through my mother, actually. She's someone she knew used him, and they recommended him.
And was it just like, oh, he's a competent attorney, he seems like a nice guy? Did anybody say, like, we think he's single and he's
No, it wasn't anything like that. It wasn't like it wasn't anything like that. Though she did say he wears clogs. I think you'll like him. I do remember that.
Your mom said that. What is
just in general, just a more general statement.
What is it about a clog wearing?
I have no idea. I'm really not sure what that was about, but I always remember it.
Do you still wear clogs, Mickey?
Yes, still have them.
That's funny. Now the two of you run this place, Green Owl Farm.
Yeah.
Up there in Mill Road. And I'm just wondering, do you wear clogs when you're farming?
Actually, Suzanne runs Green Owl Farm.
Okay.
I'm a farm hand.
Farm hand, I know. The sexy farm hand. It's like a Hallmark movie.
It is. Yep.
And so Mickey did that transaction.
Yeah.
You closed on the place.
Yep.
And where did you come here from?
I actually came here. I grew up here in the area, and I lived away for, I don't know, maybe around a decade, different places. I lived out west. I lived in Florida. I was doing graduate work there. I lived in the city. But I came from Florida at that time, yeah.
And wanted to come back.
I wanted to come back to the Hudson Valley, yep. Yeah.
Hudson Valley, that's pretty broad. Was it
home. I mean, I grew up in Red Hook since I was 11. And, just found a house in Rhinebeck. Was easier then, actually, than it is now.
And was it just you at the time?
No, actually, I was with somebody else at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we split up.
Okay.
And I kept the house.
That's good. That's good luck.
Yeah.
And so you kept the house, and then how is it that you two met again?
We kind of became fast friends, like
with the transaction.
Yeah, we did. We had, I think, the death and dying connection was there because.
What death and dying connection?
Well, the death and dying connection, my interest in green burial, which we haven't talked about yet. So I had that was sort of happening, and Mickey's work in elder law, and also he had lived in a funeral home, and also you can talk about that and. Your building in Poughkeepsie was a former funeral home, so we had this these weird connections.
You lived in a funeral home?
I did. It was wonderful.
Where was the funeral home?
In Poughkeepsie. Mulvey Funeral Home up on Mansion Square.
And how did it come to pass that you were living in the funeral home?
Well, actually, I was born in Poughkeepsie at Vassar Hospital. Okay. And my recollection, by the way, at Vassar Hospital, in case you don't know, that's a huge place today.
Yeah.
There were 36 rooms when I was born there.
Oh, boy.
I was born, and my other big thing that I left was I was 12 pounds, 9 ounces.
12 pounds, 9 ounces?
I guess that all the time because my mother used to talk to me about it all the time. My mother died early.
From the trauma of delivering a 12-pound, 9-ounce baby.
And I was their 9th baby. I was the youngest of 9.
Oh, my God.
So
the Haggerty couple. And never going out.
We all lived in the same. We had a brownstone downtown Poughkeepsie, and we all lived there for a long time. And I loved it. You could walk one more block down to the river. We used to go off to there was a dock at the base of the river. It still is. There's a new one now though, but there are two old ones go. And the biggest user of those docks was the New York Dayliner, Poughkeepsie the Dayliner from New York City.
Oh, right.
They'd come up all the time. And they would come up, and they mentioned multiple stories on the Dayliner. They'd come up To go up to H, there was a couple of restaurants in town. We go up to Vassar and things like that. I would maybe going fishing, but what thing we went down there for was a day liner. All the people were throwing coins off into the river for young people to jump in and find the coins.
Oh my goodness! Then you get the natives to like dive into the murky waters of the Hudson.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
So, anyway, that was at the very base of the main street. And I lived off Clover Street, which is the next one up from Main Street, and we just crisscrossed it. So we had a wonderful place. I had a really, really wonderful life downtown.
Right.
But then your parents lost the house, and that's how you ended up in the funeral home.
Well, we lost the house because then I really still hate the situation, but it was because of IBM, basically. There's so many people coming in here. They needed a highway. That's the north-south highway in Poughkeepsie that runs along the river down there.
Is it 9 there?
Yeah, 9.
But anyway, they took down a lot of houses. They took down our whole street. My sign is called Bellevue Avenue. It's still on the corner of Clover and Bellevue Avenue. Bellevue Avenue doesn't exist anymore other than that sign there.
Wow.
It was a sign that had all these homes going all the way down towards the river. And they just knocked our houses down. And when they did, they offered a payment, but you had to get another place to live. So my parents, and I was the youngest of 9, so I was pretty young yet. But my parents moved up to Statsburg. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go someplace there like that. And
how old were you at the time?
I was just going into high school.
14.
Yeah, 13, maybe 14.
Right.
I was getting ready for high school, but again, because I had a large family, I had some places I could stay. So he was one of my friends from Drum Corps. Was playing for Drum Corps downtown Poughkeepsie, from Mount Carmel Drum Corps. I was a member. I was actually Master of Arms. I led the parade. We were in a lot of parades and
for
competitions
the color guard?
And stuff like that. The what?
Was it the color guard? Or no?
Yeah. Captain of the color guard, and we had uniforms, balls on our head. It was really nice, fun kind of thing to do.
Right.
But anyway, so I had no place to go because I could go to Statsburg, but they wanted me to go to school up in Statsburg, and I visited there, and I said, "There's no way I'm going to go to school there." I graduated from grade school, went to high school. And the first year I became class president, and all my friends were down there. I was not leaving Poughkeepsie, so I had to figure out how to do that. Fortunately, I had a big circle of friends, and also some of my relatives were there, so I stayed with my sister, Pat, on time. She's down by the river for a short period of time. I stayed with my other sister, Joan, up still in the city of Poughkeepsie. And I moved around on that basis, but one of the friends that I met in high school was the daughter of the owner of the funeral home. And she said, my father could talk to you about that, and they wanted to see your parents. And he had a room upstairs, and a room that's actually a suite upstairs. But he said, you can have this in a funeral home. And I loved it. It was all furnished. He took care of everything.
What a sweet gesture. And they just gave it to you, or did you rent it?
Oh, no, I paid $78 a month.
$78 a month. And did you do any chores around the funeral home?
No.
Did you believe in ghosts at that point in time?
No, I still good. Actually, the best part for us was we would sometimes visit downstairs.
Right.
It's very quiet.
Yeah, I guess at nighttime, there's nobody snoring. Hopefully.
Well, they lived upstairs also. The whole other side of the house. Yeah. So I was very well behaved.
Right. Were you? Have you always been very well behaved?
Yeah, pretty much.
Suzanne.
Oh no, I am sorry. I'm sorry. You told my stories already.
No, I haven't.
No.
Which story didn't you tell?
I thought I was well behaved.
Yeah.
We just did some things that would probably not be considered well behaved today. But a group of us, we were very young, but I'm talking this time, maybe 10, 11 years old.
Right.
We go down to a couple of places down to the dump by the railroad tracks. It was up on top of the hill. There's a little cliff up there. There's a dump at the top of it. And what they had there were a lot of old cars and stuff like that. So we used to go there. First of all, on the railroad tracks themselves, they used to have little strips of tape that they would wrap around the tracks. And inside the tape was a weight holding onto the track as well. And that weight was lead. Okay, and there's also dynamite inside this thing.
So wait, I don't know about the piece of tape that went over the tracks.
It was a strap, like to hold it on. We put it around there, and that had some explosive material in it to make a lot of noise when the train came in and went over it, so that they know it was time to stop.
Okay.
So we went in there, and there was a lot of excess of these things that went down below, but the weight was lead. There were still things of that nature. So we went down and we collected these ones, pulled the lead out, and we melted the lead for sinkers so we could go fishing.
Oh, jeez. And so how did you work the lead so that it would go around your fishing line and not come off? I mean, how do you shape?
We melted the lead.
But how do you shape it?
The shape wasn't important as much as that, because it was just going to be a weight. Used as a weight for the fishing line.
But all the sinkers I ever used were like sort of C-shaped. You clamped them around the line. How did you affix this lead to your fish?
Drilled a hole in it.
Drill a hole in it. Amazing.
Yeah.
And this is you and a bunch of friends.
Yes, from people I grew up with, yeah.
And are you in touch with any of those folks now?
Well, most of them, again, I just turned 82 last year. So most of my friends, childhood friends, no longer are with us.
Right. Sorry.
Okay. A couple are, but yeah, we had a very adventurous childhood, and we did a lot of things that would be risky today for sure.
Such as?
Well, that would be one, because then we would take the sinkers.
Right.
And you would go right down the street from the railroad station, go down the docks and go fishing. But the fishing wasn't anything great. We just wanted to do it for the fishing. We mostly caught a lot of eels, which was no good at all, because they wrapped around your line. You kept forgetting about. And the other ones, bullhead and things like that. No real fancy kind of fishing, but we just did it as kids to do that.
Right. And was anybody interested in eating the eels?
By the way, there were a lot of people interested in eating eels. I was not one of them.
Right. Huh. And you said bullhead?
Yeah. Yeah.
Were they good eating?
Not again for me. I didn't really like fish.
But you liked fishing.
We also used to go snake hunting.
So what?
Snake hunting.
Oh, yes. We used to get we had a lot of snakes on the properties downtown. And we used to go down. We used to go across the river.
Had that many snakes?
Well, no, we just the snakes. No, where I got the snakes from, where I lived on Belleville, also was by the Manhattan Bridge. So we used to walk across the Manhattan Bridge. And by the way, the Manhattan Bridge early on, there was a charge for walking, 5 cents to walk across the bridge.
Wow.
So we used to wait for a big truck to come up. They'd be going across, and we would all run alongside of it.
So they couldn't see you.
Yeah, and we did it on a regular basis. But then at the end of it, the bridge doesn't go off like it does now. It just went straight up to that hill. So we had to climb up there off the kind of on the side, and we used to hunt snakes up there.
You used to hunt snakes?
Yeah, look for snakes and hunt them. We used to capture some, and we would bring them back across the river. I would hold it like that, and we'd see it alive. But just the tail was going like crazy. Or we just headed it. But the thing about them, they were copperheads. They were pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
So,
and did you or your crew ever get bitten by these?
Did not. We're very careful about that.
Huh. And so you transported them back over the bridge.
We walked them over, yeah.
Live?
Yeah.
Was there
They were live. No, the heads are off.
Oh, okay.
But
I was going to ask.
With live, meaning that the head comes off, but they're still like going to wrap around you.
Right. And is that how you caught them? Did you come with a shovel or something? And
we used to just go up and we'd catch them get them up. And there used to be so many of them. Whip them back and just get them in the right spot around the head.
Right.
And just keep them really tight.
I don't think I ever want to develop that skill. But you did. And so you bring them back and then
we saved the skins because they weren't dead then. They were dead when the heads were cut off.
Right.
They were ready for
And so then you skinned them.
Yeah.
And did you eat the meat? I know people do eat rattlesnake.
It was really just the adventure of capturing them.
Well, you said you skinned them. What did you do with the skins? Make
saved it. Yeah, we didn't do much with it.
You did what?
Didn't much do
Souvenir.
with it. Yeah.
Right.
Well, that was one of the things we did as kids for adventure. But when one of the most this is really, these things are all criminal today, by the way.
That's
And I'm only saying it because I think the statute is kind of run.
statute of limitations. I don't think there is one on rattlesnake torture.
Yeah, no. And the other thing we used to do, we used to get, for the same thing, we used to, in the junkyards, when we also down by the river of cars and things like that, was to pull all the copper wires out of it.
Oh, yeah.
And melt and get rid of it. If you melt it, we make a small fire, and you just put them in there to melt the material around it, so we could have the copper.
Right.
Copper was for sale. We could just do it.
He was doing this at like 8 years old.
Yeah. It also was doing it up on top of the hill across from the main train station there. And people saw somebody called the police or something, and they started coming up, and we all dispersed. And I ran straight ahead, everybody else from different directions. I went straight ahead, though, but straight ahead was the end of that cliff.
It was the end of the what?
End of that cliff. So I fell. And the cliff was jutting out all the time. So that's what saved my life, actually. It would jut out, and I hit my body coming down to the railroad tracks. I just missed the railroad tracks as well.
Oh, my God.
It was 50 feet, though.
You broke your arm, right?
They broke my arm. That's all I got.
That's all?
Yes.
That's good luck.
And when it happened, my brother was with us, and he went home and didn't even tell my mother.
And so then you toddled along behind him.
No.
No, he was in the hospital, but he didn't say like, "Hey, Mickey got hurt."
How'd you get to the hospital?
The ambulance. Somebody
And
called the ambulance.
So somebody went and found the cops, or the cops found you, and you went to the hospital. Your brother goes home, and 9 kids.
There were other kids too that were with us. He was the only other relative, though. The rest. And
when your folks found out,
they didn't find out right away, but I was okay because I wasn't hurt that bad. I just had a broken arm.
And did they hear the true story of how you broke your arm?
Yes, but again, this was like, we're all kids. We're all, it was not. I didn't get punished.
It's what?
I wasn't punished.
Interesting. If I had 9 kids, they'd all get punished for the slightest infraction. I mean, it seems like you'd have to run a really tight ship. Just as a matter of survival.
Yeah. No, anyways, but we did okay, and we only have. None of those kids, I think, are even around any longer.
Well, your sisters, just your sisters.
My kids, yeah. There's only 3 of myself and my 2 sisters.
Right.
Are surviving.
Oh. And do you all get together very often?
No, my sister is down in South Carolina, and she travels up once in a while. The other one is up in Syracuse, so I don't see them a lot at all, actually.
Right. Huh. So after
we talk, so we get on the phone, Christmas cards and stuff.
Right. That's nice. It's a good season for that. So after the funeral home, did you stay in the funeral home until you graduated high school?
Yes.
Which seemed to be your goal, not going to Stansburg.
Yeah.
And did you see your folks much during that?
Not a lot. Because after I got out of grade school, I went to Poughkeepsie High School, and I was very active in the high school. So I enjoyed being a student.
Right. And then you left the high school. Did you go to college or something?
I did.
That?
When I left high school, and I was going to go to Poughkeepsie High School. I went to Poughkeepsie High School. I was going to go to college, but my mother died when I graduated high school. My mother died. She was only 51, and all the kids were still surviving, of course, and I was being the youngest one. And all of a sudden, I couldn't afford to pay for college. I didn't think I could anyway. But there was a priest that I was very friendly, very, very friendly with at the time. And he said, "Mickey, you are going to college." I said, I just can't handle it. He said, "You're going? Here's a check. I'm going to pay for the first year."
Oh, boy. Amazing.
And he did. And I did.
God bless you. And where'd you go?
Marist College.
Marist.
And
so just up the road.
Just up the road. And Marist College was really, really a tiny school at the time. It wasn't. I mean, Brother Donnelly, who brought that round building up at Marist College, Donnelly Hall, that still exists. He built it. It was called Donnelly Hall because he was actually on the tractor physically building this place. Yeah. And that was the only building on the campus, pretty much. And you think of Marist College today, Marist University, I'm sorry.
Big, yeah.
Yeah.
So you graduated high school. You said you really enjoyed being a student.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you graduated with good grades.
Yes, I did.
And then
I wasn't honors. I don't know. I had good grades, yes.
And then in college, what did you decide to study?
I was kind of a math major and things of that nature, and science major. But I didn't really have a major that I used for anything. I mean,
Then
I just took a break. I was working, by the way, I was working all the time throughout this period of time.
Bad.
I mean, from even when I was very, very young, I was working in a pizza shop, scraping the pans and stuff like that. And then I got some jobs in town, and they said, AREX Photographic. I worked there as a stock boy for a while in the lobby. And then I eventually became the manager of AREX Photographic at Poughkeepsie.
Was it AREX Photographic?
Yeah. It was a couple of stores, but then had a lot of very great reputation for some really well-known people. I used to do all the photography there, shoot whatnot. We had a photo studio.
Is this the 50s? Or
The 60s.
No.
60s.
60s and yeah, and just in the early 70s. I guess
Okay.
Yeah. So I was very involved with that.
You started a gallery, right? Didn't you? A photographic
I actually
art gallery?
opened a photographic art gallery in Poughkeepsie, also around Cannon Street by the Estelle and Alfonso Dance Studio.
Like an art gallery specializing in...
It's just
Photography.
it's photography, yeah.
And were you a photographer yourself?
I did a lot of it, but that was not the focus of my thing. Was actually having photographs of other people. We actually had something from Ansel Adams, and you know,
Wow.
yeah, so it was really pretty amazing. And our studio was really very nice. Not too far from AREX. I was running AREX at the time.
And going to college.
This was post-college, right?
Oh.
Or was it? I don't know. Was it
No, it was just about no. It was
overlap?
Yeah,
Okay.
overlapped. Yeah, because a lot of things I did overlapped. I lived living by myself. I was responsible for myself. But I enjoyed being. I did it all. Yeah.
Right. And eventually you graduated college.
Yes.
Guessing you did all right
I
since
did,
you
and
enjoyed being a student.
I ran AREX Photographic then, and I stayed there for a while. And I wanted to go for actually I got
You got
I
married?
got married.
Yeah.
And I had a couple of kids.
Oh, wow.
They're quite
They're old now.
they're old now.
And do they live nearby?
No, they don't at all. Michael lives in
Outside of
okay.
Estes Park
Colorado.
Oh, wow.
on a mountain.
He
Off
built-
grid.
Yeah,
Huh.
Built a house.
he built
Wow.
a house up there.
Skier?
Oh, yeah, they're all
Yeah,
skiers.
they're
Yeah.
all- yeah.
And were you a skier?
No.
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 But they
That side of
did.
the
Their
family.
mother, their mother was, and my daughter Abigail, lives in
Idaho.
yeah,
It was Wyoming. Yeah.
Yeah, just by the
Near what's wrong with us? Anywhere.
So I happen to know eventually you went
By the
back to
Tetons,
school.
right by the Tetons.
Oh, by the Tetons.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
yeah, right on the Tetons. You can for a porch.
like
The
Jackson-
Tetons are in front
Exactly,
of her.
right
Kind of.
outside of there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I visit her with the Tetons right on her front porch. In front of her.
Yeah.
She skis. They walk all the time. This kind of weather is.
Their whole life is
They
outdoor
love this kind of
activities,
weather
yeah.
right now that
Even
we're having.
professionally, they do
It's
that.
so
yeah.
good. And you guys, most of your life is outdoor activity. I mean,
Yeah, I'm a different kind of outdoor activity. I mean, I'm more like on the ground safe. They're
Stoop
like
labor.
doing they're doing like backcountry skiing and stuff
right,
like that.
You're doing back
His
breaking.
his grandson is at Middlebury and he's on the ski team and that sort of thing.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So, Mickey, eventually you went back to school.
Yeah, well, I was running the work there, and I had these kids, and I had a house up in Clinton Corners, a nice old house,
Where was the house?
a farmhouse up in Littlebrook Road, about Wolf Bills Road up in
Clinton Corners.
Clinton Corners.
Oh, okay.
And I loved being there, but I got the knack of wanting to do something else, and I had an opportunity. I was working at AREX, and my opportunity was going to school up in Vermont, law school.
How did that pop up?
I popped it up because I was looking for something. I wanted to do something, and they just opened up.
And you thought the law
I
would be...
looked-
Weren't you thinking of becoming a doctor?
Yeah, I wanted to be an
That's
doctor.
funny.
I couldn't be, and I was also was too old to even go to for medical stuff. I was almost 30, so I got in law school though, and I loved it. I loved it. Up in South Royal in
So
Vermont.
did you move up to Vermont to go to law school, or did do it remote?
No, I didn't. No, I had this farmhouse. I had these 2 kids, so I would go to Vermont every night, every Sunday night. You do there for the week for classes and things. Every Friday night, 3 o'clock, I'd come home, drive up, drive down, drive up every week for 3 years.
Wow. And you were still working at AREX?
No, I had to leave AREX.
Okay.
No.
And so you finished law school.
Yes, I did.
Supported the kids, and I'm guessing your wife, the kid's mom at that time.
They moved out west.
What's that?
They all moved out west. That's how they got out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, the whole family went west.
So
Actually.
at some point the family went west,
Yeah.
and you were alone again. But
Yeah.
you spent most of your life alone, it sounds like, anyway. So it's not a huge shock. But now you're alone with a law degree.
Yes, and I opened my own practice too. I decided because I worked in the area. I knew a lot of people in the area. And I said, I was in Poughkeepsie.
In the Clinton Corners area.
In Poughkeepsie,
area.
because AREX is in Poughkeepsie. So I had the opportunity, so I went off on my own.
And who were some of your first clients for your law practice?
Again, I did mostly estates and wills and things of that nature. So I had a lot of people I knew from my businesses and all the things I've worked with. So that's where it comes. And family, you always get family. And that's your worst client, by the way. Because you always get family, but you don't get any money.
Right. Very interesting. And I'm guessing you were doing that out of your home.
No?
No, I had an office in Poughkeepsie.
Oh, okay.
I had several offices in Poughkeepsie, actually.
And one of the buildings, like I said, was a former funeral home. His last building, yeah.
Okay.
That's where I lived.
No, that's your office. That's not where you lived. You lived in Molly Funeral Home.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. The funeral home connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, my office was actually Miller Funeral Home years before.
Oh, jeez.
And I got it, the office, and I loved it. It was on Mill Street.
Across from the Panda, kind of, or the Mill, whatever it is now.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was very
beautiful building.
I loved it. It was a first over with a big tower going on it.
A big what?
A tower going up. It was really, really very beautiful. And it was all brick.
And eventually you brought the practice here to Rhinebeck?
Yeah, well, I did both. I actually had my practice in Poughkeepsie, but I started coming up to Rhinebeck, and as a part-time basis, so I had 2 offices, but I was running back and forth every day.
Okay.
And that wore out pretty quickly. So I had to give one of them up. So I gave the Poughkeepsie one up to another attorney who worked in that building.
Why did you choose to give up the Poughkeepsie one?
Because in Rhinebeck, I was living up here, and I was commuting all the time going down there, so I just found a nice office up here. I also knew a lot of people, and I had a lot of connections in both of these places.
Right. So living up here, you'd moved from Clinton Corners into Rhinebeck?
Pretty much.
Right.
You were well, yeah.
Well, I went to
when we met, you were living in Tivoli, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was around a few places, actually. I was
You
up
lived in a beautiful carriage house in Tivoli. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it was nice. But
So-
I lived in Canaan, New York for a while.
In where?
Canaan, yeah.
Canaan.
Yes.
So,
I might
so
take it
you guys met when you were doing this deal. He had an office
That's
here
where we
in Rhinebeck.
originally met, yeah.
And Mickey, did you wanted to add something to this?
Well, yeah, because I was just when she asked me to represent her, I was done. I was cooked. It was it. And I would bring her apples all the time. I'm bushel of apples.
So you're this single and successful attorney in Rhinebeck, and this woman comes by, and you were just
when I saw her, it was it.
you were done. It was over.
Yeah.
And how many years before she became available?
Oh, it was like a year later or so.
A year later.
Yeah.
And were you similarly done when you met Mickey?
I think it was more of a slow burn. Yeah.
But slow burn. But this fellow held the torch pretty
Apparently,
steady
yes.
for
Yes.
over a year.
Yeah.
And so when you got word that Suzanne had become single,
I set up the temperature.
and so you're painting a portrait of a very reasonable person at that point in time. Did you wait? Like, did you think to yourself, okay, I need to give her a month, or I need to give her like 2 months, or 6 months?
Whatever I needed, I was just waiting.
Yeah. So you waited, and then how did you...
She loved my apples.
This is a family show, okay? So keep it G-rated, please. So she loved your apples, and how did you turn that? And people are clumsy; they don't always have the finesse.
Mickey's not clumsy.
To turn a friendship into a romance.
Yeah, I don't know. It just sort of happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear a little more from you.
That's it. It just sort of happened. We just
My
were
quiet
friends,
guest.
and
Yeah.
I don't know. We just had a lot of fun together.
Hmm?
I think that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fun, did you start like doing things? Yeah, let's go on a hike. Let's go to a movie.
Yeah, we used to kayak a lot together.
Let's go to a motel up in Catskill.
Exactly. Yeah, we used to kayak a lot, and we did.
I know
used to
that
hike.
motel.
Snowshoe. We snowshoed in Tivoli Bays. Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, because it's really fascinating, a friendship that turns to a romance.
Yeah.
Because at some point in this friendship, somebody initiates a kiss. And it's a risky
Yes.
gambit.
Right.
Who initiated and how'd that go? That one, Mickey. So where were you? Do you remember this first kiss?
I do. It was we were in Olana.
Oh, that's right.
It's a
Olana.
great place for a first kiss.
Yeah.
So you're in Olana, and a little light bulb goes off over Mickey's head. Thinks, well, she likes my apples. I'm going to lean over and plant a kiss on her.
Yeah. That is very yeah, yes.
And you did. And I've done that once or twice in my life. It's nerve wracking because you never are quite sure how that's going to play out. How did it play out from your perspective?
It was great.
Suzanne?
No
Yeah.
worries.
So when you saw it coming out of the corner of your eyes, you didn't turn your head, you didn't flee,
No.
you didn't scream, you didn't start telling a story about
none of that.
You were stoked.
Yep. That was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
What a beautiful thing. And how long ago was that?
It's been a long time, over 20 years.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then how long until you all decided to sort of tie the knot or live together?
You were living in Tivoli until about 2006, and then that's when you moved into to now our house, which was my house.
Right.
Yeah, and it's a very small house. So he was at that time. He was like, "Oh, I think I need to have my own separate space. Maybe we should build a little studio back." I'm like, "Okay." It's we did, but he doesn't really spend any time there. I'm like, "No." He's like, it just ended up becoming this shared location.
And how was that? That's tough for people to all of a sudden share their place.
Yeah, it's like anything, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, what you mean because one person's tidy and one person's not? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's what you said.
No, I'm kidding.
And was there a marriage? Did you get married?
We did. We got married much later in 2017. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And why? I mean, you'd been living together
Such
at
a
this
good
point.
question. He kept asking. And I just finally was like, yeah, let's do it. We got married on the river with like 14 people. Yeah. And
on a boat out there, yeah.
Yeah.
On a what boat?
On a shrimp boat, like it was called the gumbo.
Bubba Gump.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It just seemed like the right time. I don't know. I can't explain it.
What was your hesitation?
It just wasn't important to me.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were living basically as husband and wife.
Yeah.
In sin, I think is how they
Exactly.
call it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So you were practically married already.
Exactly. Yeah. It was just a kind of a celebration.
And why did you want to be married, Mickey?
I did not want to be without her ever.
Oh, okay. We're just going to stop right now. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Because we're breaking the glass after the toast. That's so good. And you felt the same way.
Yes.
And now you've been married 23 and a half years.
Something like that.
A toast to you all with this beautiful wine that you brought. Thank you so much. Let's hear the clinking
Clink, clink.
on air. What a gorgeous story. And so you continued practicing law. And what were you doing at the time?
I was teaching at SUNY New Paltz in the Women's Studies program, which then became Women's Gender and Sexuality Studies program. They renamed it. Yeah. So I was teaching there. I was on a non-tenure track line, so I was like a lecturer. And I loved teaching. I really did. I loved the classroom, but I just did not like academic life at all.
And what did you dislike about it?
I didn't like, there's just so much more than the classroom to academic life. It's just a lot,
Right.
The meetings and the bureaucracy and you know what I mean? And
I do.
Yeah.
I know so many people who are academics. They all say the same thing.
Yeah.
I love the kids. I really enjoy teaching.
Yeah.
But all the bullshit is really a bummer.
Yeah. And so it got closer. The women's studies program was getting close to creating a full-time line because it was kind of an interdisciplinary, tied up with other departments in the college.
Uh-huh.
And my PhD was interdisciplinary, so it was hard for me to pair up with another discipline.
Right.
So it looked like I was gonna maybe, this job was opening up, and the closer it got to actually happening, the more my throat started closing up. Like I just really didn't want it. And that's when I left. And that was in 2013, and I just decided I didn't want to pursue that line anymore.
Right.
So I started the farm. And at that same time, we were establishing the natural burial ground in Rhinebeck. And so I had these kind of two things that were happening at the same time.
Right.
And even my academic pursuits and sort of my scholarly pursuits were moving more toward death and dying and a little bit away from kind of the women's studies stuff I had. Not, they were interconnected, but they were a little bit more geared toward the environment, I guess I would say, and a little bit less toward like the feminist theory that I had kind of been engaged with for so long. So even academically, I felt a little off kilter in that. But anyway, so those two things were happening at the same time. The burial ground was happening. We were working on that. We were both actually actively involved in trying to get to green burial, bring it to Rhinebeck. We were involved with an organization called the Green Burial Council, and we went to several of their big meetings out in, one was in Santa Fe, one was in Ann Arbor. So all this sort of was happening at the same time. And then Rhinebeck seemed interested in starting green burial. And
how did you get that information?
So in 2009, there were kind of rumblings that the people were interested in doing it. And so I got on the cemetery committee then. And then there was no resistance. We just moved forward. And it took about 5 years to get that off the ground and open.
Right.
Yeah. So I was kind of working on those two things in tandem, and then the farm just grew, and then the burial ground opened, and then that turned into a position. So then they just kind of merged into,
Okay, now I got like 8 hours worth of questions.
Yeah.
How did your interest start moving towards death and dying?
Well, I mean, it first started because my father died. So I was working on my PhD at the time, and my academic work was focused, as I said, on women's studies and on the environment, focused really on like women's bodies and the environment as both playground and dump, right? And so then that sort of shifted to thinking about the dead body.
Each of them?
Yeah, each of them.
Like the environment and women's bodies as both playground and dump.
Yeah.
Was this your dissertation topic?
It wasn't, but I think that those are the kinds of theories that I was kind of like taking up at the time.
And were those your theories or those
No, these are not my theories alone. Yeah.
Playground and dump. That's so horrible.
Yeah, isn't it terrible? Yeah. So I started thinking about that in terms of the dead body. And then I kind of just never got off of that. And then I looked at the time, this was in 2000, like, are there any are there anybody that's not like doing the American way of death, like in the cemetery?
Right.
When we think of the trilogy of practices, like embalming, the modern casket, the burial vault. Is there, right? That's it. And there really was like one place in the U.S. that wasn't just doing that, but was using the fact of human death to actually care for land in a conservation way. Right. So it wasn't just about putting the body in the ground green. It was about thinking about human death as a way to do conservation, preservation, and restoration of the land. And so I just sort of never got off of that track. And really, when I moved back to the Hudson Valley, my interest was in kind of trying to bring it here. And so, but I wanted to do it on a much larger scale, like hundreds of acres, do something, a big conservation project. It's very hard to do that for various reasons. I actually wrote a book called Greening Death that talks about some of the reasons why it's so difficult. And so when this potential project came up in Rhinebeck, to do it in Rhinebeck, I was like, it's not the scale that I would want to do it at. It's not even like the size or because it's connected to a conventional cemetery, but I'll probably never get another opportunity to engage in a project like this. So that's why I took it up immediately, and it's been like so amazing.
So for people who don't know, where is this?
The Natural Burial Ground.
Yeah.
So the Natural Burial Ground is owned by the town of Rhinebeck. It's part of the Rhinebeck Cemetery. The Rhinebeck Cemetery is about 40 acres. The old part is on the corner of Route 9 and Mill Road.
Right.
And then the newer part, Grassmere, is on Mill Road, about a quarter mile down the road. And then the Natural Burial Ground is sited behind that.
And was that owned by the town?
By the town, yeah. The town took over the cemetery in 2002. Before that, before the Natural Burial Ground and before 2002, it was a not-for-profit cemetery. And the town was forced to take it over in 2002 because the cemetery was going under.
Okay.
And a lot of towns, when they are forced to do that, will just close the cemetery, mow it a few times a year. They don't want to operate a cemetery. But the town, regardless of who's been in political power in town, they've supported the cemetery.
There's lots of historical figures there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
increasingly supported the cemetery over the years more and more and more, right? At first there was a lot, there wasn't that much support, but they still kept it open and operated. But by 2009, we were starting a natural burial ground, and now we just have more staff, we have more labor.
You say we were starting, but that you were a moving force for that, no?
Yeah, definitely. Yep. Yeah, I got on the committee in 2009, and the committee it's an all-volunteer committee. They were, many of them were in their 80s, and I mean, how old was I then? I was 40.
Right.
They were just like young, fresh blood. Here, we're going to make you chair.
Right.
Yeah.
And you were happy.
Yeah, I was so happy, yeah.
And you were
Yeah.
you were leaving academia.
Exactly. Yep.
And starting a farm just down the road.
Just down the road,
from
yep.
both of these.
Yep, circle's very small. I don't have far to go.
Right.
Yeah.
And do you ride a bicycle?
I do, but I don't ride it there ever. I know, it's terrible. Sometimes I walk, but I just never ride my bike up there.
Right.
I don't know why.
Yeah, it's a great place to ride the bike.
It is, yeah.
Both of those.
Yeah.
The big cemetery.
Yeah.
And the little one for it.
Yeah.
Huh. So what hurdles were there to opening this natural burial ground?
Not that many.
Great.
It just, like anything, because it's municipal, everything takes time. So it took time to do the survey and get everything approved. And, we opened actually before we even did a lot of the work. Like the survey was done, but we still had a lot of like tree work to do, but we were already open. But I don't know, it just took everything. If you've ever worked at a municipal pace, everything just kind of works a little slower because there's only one meeting a month and that sort of thing.
Does that differ very much from academia?
That's a good question. I guess not really, in a way. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So not too many hurdles, but there must have been like town meetings.
There were, but really no resistance. I mean, I have to say,
Amazing.
really people have been really supportive of the concept,
And what are
and it's been extremely popular. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you sell plots there,
So I sell plots there. Yep.
right? Are
Yeah.
there a lot of plots?
There are a lot of plots available. Yeah.
And if somebody wanted to buy a plot,
You'd call the cemetery and talk to me.
call
Yeah.
the cemetery.
Yeah.
So I just look up in the phone book,
Yep.
Rhinebeck Cemetery.
876-3961.
Uh-huh. And I can also see it on the town site
Yep.
because it's
Or email. Yep.
right.
Yeah.
So and how many do you sell? What does it cost to buy a plot?
It depends where you live. If you're a Rhinebeck resident, a full plot is $1,650,
Okay.
$1,650. If you live in the Tri-County area, Dutchess, Ulster, Columbia, outside of Rhinebeck, it's twice. It's $3,300.
Wow.
And if you live outside of there,
Like
then
Estes Park, for example.
Exactly, it'd be $6,600.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
And do you sell many plots to people
Yes.
who live that far
Yes.
afield?
Well, and one of the reasons for that is that there's just not that many green burial grounds in the area, even in the U.S. There are only
So
maybe a little over 400.
So it's people who are buying that, not the location.
Exactly. Well, and also the location. I mean, I think Rhinebeck, it's a beautiful space, so the fact that it is municipally owned and operated and that it's taxpayer funded and that the town cares for it, I think really shows. So I think that's a big piece of it. And also people love Rhinebeck, but also there aren't a lot of green burial grounds.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a mixture of things.
So I'm guessing it's a finite number of plots.
There are a finite number of plots.
How many are left?
Well, right now, I'd say we have about maybe 1,600. And then we have a third section that we're still planning to survey that will probably bring another, I don't know, 1,500.
Okay.
I mean, we're out. We're 60 years out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say survey, you mean the survey and then clear?
No, there's an open field at the end of the woods that is not currently surveyed at all in the cemetery.
Okay.
So we're tentatively planning to make that some kind of a wildflower. I mean, these are just tentative plans. Open meadow burial, I think, is the idea.
I love that.
Yeah, instead of in the woods.
Because the current one, it's in the woods. It's beautiful.
But it's all connected, so.
Is it?
Yeah, it's all connected.
All connected.
It's all connected to each other,
Spoken like a true cemeterian.
Yep.
Which is a new word.
I know it,
it's
right?
Cemeterian. And
That's it.
And it's a great word. I saw it for the first time this afternoon.
Yeah.
It means exactly what you think, somebody who works with cemeteries.
Yeah.
And what is your official position now?
I'm the administrator.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I do. I sell plots. I
sell pot? Well,
sell
it's legal
I
now.
sell
I guess
plots.
that's cool. You grow it
I
up.
meet with families. I schedule burials. I set the maintenance schedule with the workers. Work on the write grants. Figure out the projects that we're going to do each year. That sort of thing.
And recently you had like a sort of a superintendent caretaker who left.
Retired, yeah.
And then you got a new one, and then another new one.
Exactly, yeah. So Gary was there for 36 years. He was there before it was owned by the town.
Right.
And he lived in the chapel, actually, right on premises. And he retired 3 years ago, I think it's been now. It's a hard position to fill. It's an unusual job,
Right.
because you're doing groundskeeping, but you're also burying people, right? So the primary work there is to care for families. I mean, that's our primary purpose.
Right.
But the majority of the work is caring for the grounds. So you have to have the right person who can manage, both of those things in terms of like being around death,
Right.
being around people who are grieving, caring for families because you're doing their burials.
Right.
And then, of course, the labor part of it. So it's taken some time we have a great crew now.
So you're mowing and weed whacking.
There's a lot of mowing. Well, in the regular part of the cemetery. In the natural burial ground, we have different things we're tending to because we're caring for the land. Like we just received a $25,000 grant this year from Partners for Climate Action to do invasive mitigation in certain parts of the woods and to plant native shrubs and perennials. So that's the kind of work that we're doing in there.
What are you taking out and what are you planting?
Oh God, we took a lot of like multiflora rose and ailanthus and barberry, a lot of that, garlic mustard, that sort of stuff. The barberry is terrible. And oh my God, so many great plants, calycanthus and
These are the ones that are going in.
Yeah, they're all in. They're all in now. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But in fact, I was just today fencing some of them that are really susceptible to deer because the deer are really back now. Yeah. Sometimes you just see them sleeping in the woods. It's like, this is so sweet, but this is bad.
Like, hey, deer, get off my property.
Yeah.
Huh. And they're a nuisance because they eat these.
Yeah, they rub their antlers and they eat things.
Right.
So they'll just like ram their antlers into break off branches.
And are they a problem on your farm?
No, only in the fall if I don't have things covered. But the rest of the season, I don't seem to have an issue. Maybe because I have dogs.
Right.
Yeah.
And they chase off. Are there other rodents that are nuisance for
Yes, many. I think rodents are the biggest problem. Mostly rabbits. And also with the saffron that I grow, voles and moles.
Voles and moles?
Yeah, they're the worst.
Do voles crawl under the dirt as well?
Yes.
So both. Are they the same family, voles and moles?
Yeah, not sure.
Yeah.
They do the same damage. They know that.
And do you do anything to catch them and eradicate them?
No, I don't. I have landscape hardware. What is it, like a netting that I have like 3 feet in the ground on the perimeter?
Right.
And then, I have it fenced. But they still find a way to get in. This year, I'm thinking of trying crushed oyster shells. Are supposed to help. To put it on kind of on the surface of it.
That's an old wives' tip.
Really?
No.
Oh.
I'm afraid about it.
I'm going to try it. I'm going to give it a whirl. Yeah.
And are there old timey things? I know I was somewhere. It was in France, and they had these guys taupier to catch the taupes, the moles.
Oh.
And they would go into fields and dig up, find the moles, and this is the macabre part. They would tie them to the barbed wire around the fields with a little sign saying like Monsieur Clichon Tobier and their number. Are there people who do stuff like that here?
Not sure.
Right.
Yeah, not sure about that.
Huh.
Yeah.
And can you poison the moles?
You can. People do that, but I can't bring poison onto my farm.
Right.
I can't. There's probably a way to do it, and it's safely not. But I don't want poison.
But it's an organic farm.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And also, I'm just paranoid. Like, what if it accidentally? God, my dogs ate it, or also I just don't want to use it.
Right.
Yeah.
And are the dogs interested in moles? Do they dig that up?
They don't have access to the saffron beds, so that could, I mean, you don't want your dogs in your beds. That's the other thing, because
Right.
they dig. They also dig.
Right.
You don't want them digging after voles. That would kind of be a problem, because then they dig up the saffron.
I guess.
Yeah,
it would.
yeah.
And what's
So you just have to, as long as there's a little sharing, but not too much sharing with the critters, I'm okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And what's your number one crop, cash-wise?
Cash-wise, well, I'd say
I ask it like that because they say saffron is worth its weight in
saffron.
gold.
Saffron, yes. Saffron, the ginger, and the turmeric, I would say, are the biggest.
Right.
Yeah, and also because I turn them into value-added products.
Right.
So-
and I have some of it right here.
Yeah.
This is the commercial part of the evening. I have some Green Owl Farm saffron bitters.
Yeah, so that's made with our saffron and also our ginger, and some of our coriander and local honey, of course, alcohol, and
Bitter orange peel alcohol.
and the bitter orange peel we added to it. Yeah.
And it says on the label, young ginger.
Right. So that's what we grow here in the Northeast is young ginger. It can't grow to full maturity like you see it in the grocery store where it has the hard rind on it. So when you
Right.
go to the farmer's market, you'll see it's all pink and fresh and beautiful looking.
Right.
It's because it's immature. So it's called baby ginger or young ginger, and it's lovely because it has kind of like it doesn't have that fibrous texture,
Right.
and it's kind of like an apple texture, and you don't have to peel it. It has almost more like a floral. It's lovely. Yeah.
I always wonder when I peel ginger that I buy it and why do we peel ginger?
Well, because I think it's hard to chew that outside
Okay.
piece, Yeah. I mean, like when I make tea, I just chop it all up and don't even peel it. I just throw it in there.
But the young ginger, you don't have to peel it.
You don't have to peel it. No. Yeah.
Interesting. And do you make other things? You make tinctures?
I
or-
do. No, I don't make tinctures. Well, I do make an extract, a straight saffron extract.
Uh-huh.
I make a switchel, which is made with the ginger and turmeric.
A what?
A switchel, which is sort of an
old-timey
drink that's made with apple cider vinegar. It's a concentrate and lemon juice, and I guess historically they
switchel.
drank it when it was hot out in the fields
Uh-huh.
because it's very refreshing. So you'd add it to like water or sparkling water, ice, or you could even drink it hot.
Or your favorite alcohol.
Or your favorite alcohol, yeah, right. So I make that. I also make a lot of garlic powder, and I dry the garlic scapes. I sell those,
Uh-huh.
and
Sweet.
yeah, and I make a face oil out of the saffron.
Oh, nice. Now, the garlic powder, would that be useful if I were making, say, fresh caught squirrel in a marinara sauce?
Did you hear about this?
No.
Oh.
Hear about what? I heard that's one of Mickey's special recipes.
That's one of his special
What
recipes.
the hell? Fresh
Yeah.
caught squirrel. I didn't know you could eat squirrel.
We used to hunt squirrels.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, when you were a kid
Yep.
in Poughkeepsie.
Yeah.
And also as an adult, didn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
So when's the last time you you prepared squirrel for human consumption? Probably last time I was over
I
there.
actually
Tell me.
had squirrel. The last time, it was quite a long time ago. I was living in the funeral home.
No, it didn't. I thought you used to hunt them when you lived in Barrytown. No, you didn't when you were there with.
Yeah, I actually did with Jim Cody. Yes,
With Jim
'cause-
Cody, yeah.
That was afterwards.
That was later, yeah.
Oh. And
I had him in the freezer.
and is it
Stocking up.
Is it considered a delicacy in some parts of Poughkeepsie?
To me, it was.
Yeah, yeah. And it was.
I don't know. I didn't ever do research on that.
Have you had squirrel, Suzanne?
Have not.
It's really quite nice.
Mickey, come
I
on.
know it.
How
He's
long you
been
had to-
holding out.
When's the squirrel anniversary? Yeah. I think it's the 16th year is the squirrel anniversary.
Is that it?
Yeah,
Okay.
how long you
All
been
right. It's I
officially
think
married?
we're not there yet. No. Okay. Well,
Coming up.
it's coming
It's
up. I
this-
can't wait.
The squirrelversary. So you grow a lot of stuff there on a small
I do.
parcel. How
Yeah.
big-
Yeah. The
how big-
CSA. I have a vegetable CSA that I the full all the veg, and so
Right.
that's 20 24-week CSA, and then I have like maybe 25 shares that people sign up for, and then I have another like 15 to 20 shares that I have a relationship with Glenwood. I don't know if you're familiar with them. They're a organization outside of Cold Spring.
Okay.
They pair, one of the things they do is they pair farmers up with food pantries, and then they pay you to bring food to the food pantry.
Right.
So I have a contract to bring food to the Jane Brooks Food Pantry at Church of Messiah each week for 20 some odd weeks.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's so fantastic. Yeah.
Plus,
That's
you
so
go to
good.
plus you go to the farmer's market.
Plus I'm at the farmer's market, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah, so I've got the CSA, and then I've got the products, and then I'm at the market.
Right. And so is the CSA full? I mean, can people get in? Do you have room for-
Well, it changes from year to year. This one just ended, so we'll see who signs up again for next year. It'll be my 4th year.
And what does it cost for somebody to
It's
sign up?
it ends up to being like $35 a week. So it breaks down. I have a full share and a half share. The full share is
Okay.
$700 for 20 weeks, and the half share is $350. And then I have a 4-week extended share if people want to sign
Right.
up for that. Yeah.
And people, I have friends who do CSAs. I don't know if it's yours or not.
Yeah.
They are always giving away their food. They have so much fresh
Yeah.
produce.
I think it depends on the size of your family, how much you cook. It really depends. I think my CSA is good for any like 2 to 4 people, or
Right.
like 1 to 3 people, that kind of thing, depending on like. And also, there's choice at mine, so they get a newsletter each week, and then they get a list of the veg that they can choose from, and they choose
nice.
7 from that. Yeah.
And what are the most popular things?
Oh my God, the garlic is because I grow a lot of garlic. Garlic is really popular.
Garlic.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I got a quick quiz. I wasn't going to do this.
And greens. I would say greens.
But
Yeah.
here's the quiz. Is it garlic variety or craft beer? You ready?
Yeah.
Romanian red?
That's garlic.
Yeah. Northern white?
Yeah, that's garlic.
Music?
That's what
Yeah,
I grow this
that's me.
year. Yeah, I grow that a lot.
Georgian fire?
That's garlic.
Italian red?
Yeah, that's garlic.
German white?
That's
garlic.
very commonly grown.
Killarney red?
Yes. Yeah, I used to grow that.
Vietnamese red?
You never grew that, but yes.
Pahasky purple?
Yep. Garlic. There's
Asian
so many
tempest?
varieties.
Asian tempest?
Yep.
Metechi?
Oh, yep.
Inchelium red?
Yep.
Lore's Italian?
I don't know that one.
And silver white?
Oh, silver white. That's probably a soft neck.
Yeah, it was a trick pop quiz. They're all garlic varieties. This is what such crazy. crazy
Yeah, there's
fun
so
names.
many, and there are even more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Garlic's really fun to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to trying more varieties of garlic.
Yeah.
I get the stuff from Adams. It's probably like grown in China.
Yeah, probably a lot of it, but I think they do have some homegrown.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to check it out. But listen, we're out of time.
All right.
We got like 20 seconds left.
Oh my
what
God.
what did I forget to ask you? What kind of trouble did you get into that you didn't cop to, Mickey? Suzanne, you could answer that
Yeah, I
question.
don't know.
Yeah. Well, I hope you all will come back.
We would love that.
So I got 8 pages of notes that I
Oh
didn't
my
get to.
God.
Yeah. Wow. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Have a great Friday and
Thanks
fabulous
for having
weekend.
us.
Thanks for
Thanks
having
to
us,
producer
yeah.
extraordinaire Jen Hammoud for setting all this up and making it sing. And thank you both, Mickey Haggerty and Suzanne Kelly, for coming in. Thanks to the Epicurean for giving us this space. Have a great weekend.
Thanks.